Hey everybody, it's Mike Coppage here, and just wanted to give a little recap of the opening night in prep football in Louisiana. I'm going to try not to move around as much per a request from one of my viewers, who I appreciate everyone who checks out the videos. It's hard for me to stay still though. I'm just kind of crazy like that. So I apologize if that's distracting or annoying. But the few games to talk about, obviously the game of the week, Parkway versus Calvary Baptist, and I missed that pick. I was expecting Parkway to to win again, and there's a lot of good things for Parkway to take away from the game, even though Calvary really pulled away towards the end. Obviously, there's even more good things for Calvary to take away. And I've mentioned Sean Brown a lot of times, and I just feel like this is a kid who a lot more schools should be recruiting, as he's an impact player. And I mean, he may not have the ideal height, but his numbers are staggering, and he just keeps getting better. He had around 170 receiving yards last night and 3 touchdowns. You know, and he ran step for step last year with Catholic New Iberia wide receiver Gabe Fusilier, who's going to get playing time as a true freshman with the Cajuns this year. And not many people can do that. And I could tell he frustrated Gabe last year in that game. And so Calvary's got, one of the best, most explosive players in the nation in Sean Brown. Obviously, they have the top quarterback in the nation among juniors in Sean and Shea Patterson. I say Sean a lot of times. That's his big brother and his dad's name. And Shea, obviously off the charts last night. 14 to 20 passing, also with nearly 100 rushing yards. And he showed what he's capable of, really stepped up to the plate. Very impressive outing last night. Also, Orlando Bradford, he's been on fire ever since the preseason, and he kept it up last night. He's the Arizona running back commit for Calvary. And you look at the defense, they forced anywhere from 6 to 9 turnovers, depending on which source that you're hearing from. But the Calvary secondary is loaded, and the Williams brothers, Greedy and Rodarius, each had a pick, and Rodarius returned his 80 yards for a touchdown, which put Parkway up 33 to 20, and that pretty much put the game out of reach when that happened. Some good things for Parkway to look at. Keandre Woodley, he did make some good plays last night. He had 2 nice touchdown passes to the big tight end, Artavius Lynn, who's has nice size at 6'5". Also, athlete Stacy McCray, who looked good at the NUC 5-star earlier this year. He took a screen pass a long ways, according to Russell Hedges, who's with one of the media sources up in the Shreveport-Bossier City area. I read his article, and I read Matt Bynes' article after the game, and both were very helpful to me in getting information about the game. But hats off to Calvary on getting the win. And another game that a lot of people were watching, it was on TV, St. James and West St. John, and that was a crazy game. West St. John got up 29 to nothing, and then St. James, led by 2017 quarterback Lowell Narcisse, came back and led 30 to 29 before West St. John came back and it got back in the groove and eventually won 39 to 30. But West St. John has a lot of speed, and their quarterback made a lot of plays last night. They had an excellent outing. And St. James showed the character that they have with coming back and from a 29 to nothing deficit. It takes a lot to come back from something like that, and even though they give up a lot of points, their defense has some players. Number 60 is a big defensive tackle he was back there making a lot of stops. And then they have the linebacker, Acquaintus Steve. I'm probably butchering his name, but I've interviewed him before, and he had a jillion tackles last year. He made quite a few last night. So that's a little look at last night's games. Kinder, the 2A defending state champ, they got another win, and I see that their roster has a lot of players on it this year, so a lot to be excited about in Kinder. And hopefully I'll be back in the next 48 hours with the look at some more exciting prep football action. If you want to get more stuff, you can check me out at PelicanPreps.com. Hit me up on Facebook. I appreciate you watching as always, and take care. God bless. Be safe on the roads if you're heading out this weekend. Take care.